This is my fourth time having the opportunity to address you and tell you about our plans for Avaya Connect, and so for me it is really an honor and a privilege to be able to share with you these plans each year. It's a delight to be able to speak to you, and it's wonderful to have you here. I want to welcome all of our partners. I want to welcome the media and analysts who have come to listen to our conference. Certainly a welcome to all of our U.S. and Canadian partners. Y claro, una bienvenida especial a nuestros socios de Latinoamérica. Muchas gracias por venir. So, our agenda that I'm going to cover with you today is really four areas. I'm going to take a look back at FY13, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about what we accomplished in the program, the enhancements that we made for all of you throughout the year. And then I'll share with you a status report. And for those of you that have been here before, you'll see it's the same status report that I share each year. I share with you some metrics so you know how we're doing from a channel program perspective. And then we'll switch to the future and the exciting enhancements we have for you for 2014. I'll talk about the financial program enhancements, which I know you're all extremely interested in. And then I'll talk about some strategic things that we're going to do moving forward as it relates to the channel program. So in terms of Avaya Connect, we continue to manage it as a product, and you've heard me say this before. We look at it as something that has support, so we have a team that supports all of you on a day-to-day basis as it relates to the channel program. And then we also have folks that are further developing it. And the way the development works is we take all of your input, that comes from the field, from your CAMs, from our partner advisory councils around the world, as well as from your partner satisfaction surveys. We take all that input, we run it through a process, and we spit out a quarterly enhancement roadmap, and then we just execute to it. Now we have purposely and deliberately in FY13 slowed down the pace of change within the channel program. We did that as a result of your feedback to us that there was a lot of change. And there was, you were absolutely right. When we launched Avaya Connect 4 years ago, in the first 2 years we made major changes. And so we were purposely and deliberately slowing it down. And in FY14 you'll see that continue. But I do want to share with you some of the enhancements that we made throughout the year. Some of them are exciting. In Q1, we launched our first cloud compensation program that was based on our Avaya Live Connect low user count offering that we have out in the market. And we also increased your CSAT requirements within the partner program. And I'll talk more about CSAT in a bit. In Q2, all of our financial enhancements got launched. And those are the enhancements that we spoke about last year at this conference. So that was things like an increase in the deal registration discount, the addition of a bonus category within Deal Edge. We added a new incentive called the new customer incentive, and we added products to ProRite, particularly Radisson, networking, and IP Office. In Q3, we relaunched our networking expert badge, and then we also made enhancements to partner Marketing Central and Market Leaders, which I'll talk about in just a couple of slides. In Q4, we launched a really exciting new incentive that you heard Richard mention called SME Solution Sale Incentive, or S3I, and I'll talk about that a little bit later as well. And we made demonstration improvements. Last year at this conference, we also shared with you a plan for a new Avaya learning structure. It was called the Collaborative Virtual Campus Environment, and we actually launched that during this year. And we've had great results so far. This campus that you see on the screen is available now 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we've reduced the time that your associates need to spend in training by 30%. We're getting 87% student satisfaction scores for those that have been inside the virtual campus. And during the launch of the virtual campus, we've also launched 2 new credential types, which allow you to get credentialed in implementation and maintenance without actually having to come into a testing center, so that your associates can complete training on their own time and at their own pace. Now, you heard Richard talk about the investments that we make in marketing, and Patty Moran leads our global channel marketing group and has continually, her team has continually enhanced the marketing programs for you all. And what I can tell you without a doubt is I spent a lot of time studying our competitor programs. Our marketing capabilities, which are on this slide, are simple to use, they're easy, they're not complicated. And if you look at some of our major competitors' marketing offerings, there are a myriad of confusing offerings, very difficult to navigate. For us, it's really these 3, and you can use them as you like. Quite simply, we have the Content Syndication Program. This is a free program used by over 550 of our partners globally. Over 70% of those that use it are from the Americas. And it includes things like product briefs and data sheets and product demos. Then if you want a little bit more support, you go to Partner Marketing Central, which allows you to run plan and execute marketing campaigns, and those are free as well. That includes a variety of materials like telemarketing scripts and lead notification and social media integration. And we have over 2,000 partners that have accessed Marketing Central this year, and includes over 800 different assets or materials. It's available in 10 languages, including Spanish and Portuguese. As Richard said, though, with all of these programs, there's a lot more opportunity for usage amongst all of you. And then lastly is our full-service market leaders program. Now this includes the actual appointment setting campaign when you're looking to actually run a campaign. This is, it includes email and telemarketing, social media campaigns, and actual appointment setting for all of you. And over 70% of our network partners used market leaders last year. So these campaigns generated over 6,000 leads for all of you last year. And as you heard Richard said, there's a lot greater opportunity. We invest in these continually. We're actually enhancing them every quarter. So I hope you make good use of this during FY14. So now we move to the status report that I give you every year. I actually show this slide every year. We track a number of metrics to know how we're doing. These metrics, while they may not be impactful to your day-to-day business, they speak to the health of our channel and the effectiveness of our channel program. They're not metrics that are germane to Avaya. We track the same metrics that my peers at our competitor companies track as well. So the first is channel centricity. You heard their Paul talk about this. We have had 79% of our product sales flow through all of you in the last 2 years. In the last year, excuse me. That's 3 points greater than it was a year ago, and 30 points greater than it was 5 years ago. It's very impressive. It really has had a seismic shift on the way that we go to market with all of you. Everything we do inside of Avaya, from marketing to supply chain to finance, every function in the company is now oriented towards selling more through all of you. I think if you haven't seen that yet, I hope you do very soon. We also track to see if partners are moving in the program, moving up in the medal statuses. You can see here we're seeing more partners at every level in the last couple of years. This tells us that you all are investing in your Avaya practices. You're investing in your competencies. And as a reminder of our program, partners actually get to move up monthly in the medal statuses, and they're only demoted annually. That's quite different than some of our competitive programs. And lastly, you're doing a great job getting more confident. I'm going to share with you some statistics on that on the next slide. From the first time I spoke with you at the Executive Partner Forum 3 or 4 years ago, we stated that one of our goals was to help you all become more confident in Avaya solutions. And so clearly, when viewed in terms of the statistics here, which is kind of the number of credential partners with expert status, or the number of partners with services credentialed individuals, we have clearly accomplished that goal. We have increased the number of SME experts by a factor of 2 over the last 2 years, and the number of services credentialed individuals feet on the street by a factor of 6. It's a very impressive investment, but I think what you heard Richard say is actually quite important. These SME experts, we are looking for more of you. Now, many of you in this room are already SME experts, but if you're not, you want to take a look at it, particularly because we launched a new financial incentive that we just mentioned, the SME Solution Sale Incentive, particularly focused on the market that these particular SME expert partners focus on. So clearly, if you got one message from both Kevin's video, Dear Paul, and Richard, it's that we are about selling new and strategic technologies and selling a full integrated portfolio of the full stack. So this metric looks at the growth of our strategic products through the channel. You all have done a tremendous job growing these products. We call these bonus products within our Grow Right program, so that's why it says bonus on the slide. Interestingly, last year we exited the year at a 5% rate, and I actually, at this conference last year, challenged you all to triple that to 15% by the end of this year, and then to double that to 30% by the end of the following year. And as you can see here, we actually surpassed the goal for next year, this year in FY13. And not only that, in Q4 we hit a record-breaking 37% in the U.S. Congratulations to all. Now this slide is based on U.S. programming, but as you may have heard me say, we launched it globally this past year to all other theaters. So every theater, every partner who's eligible in the world now is eligible for Grow Right, and we're going to look forward to seeing even more great results outside the U.S. going forward. We talked a lot about Net Promoter Score. Both Pierre Paul and Richard mentioned this. We also track another metric through all of you called customer satisfaction. And this is your customers' satisfaction with their moved up 14%, which means that we are collectively satisfying our mutual customers more than we had in the past. And that's pretty impressive. We've all done a great job. The scale here is 1 to 5. 5 is perfect, 1 is awful. And clearly, you're scoring at a 4.25, almost 2 years running. That is impressive. We think you deserve an even higher score. We know how dedicated you and all of your teams are to customer satisfaction. And we think you deserve a 4 out of 5 or higher. And so we're going to continue to try to put in place the training and enablement that you need to better serve your customers, because I think there's even further room to grow here with our customer satisfaction scores. Now, we have a special category of partners who have achieved extraordinarily high customer satisfaction scores. And we call this group Partners in Customer Excellence. And there were actually, during FY 13, so many of you that achieved the threshold that we actually have 3 slides worth of partners. But I'd like to ask you to join me in congratulating the first list, our Latin American Partners in Customer Excellence. Our first group of North American Partners in Customer Excellence. And our last group also as well. These partners are going to work out. Probably the most closely watched metric by some of the folks on Richard's team is your satisfaction with the channel program. We call this PSAT with Avaya Connect, or partner satisfaction with Avaya Connect. And what we see here is clearly a steady climb of your assessments of Avaya Connect globally over the last 4 years. And so we are obviously very proud of our ability to satisfy you more with the channel programs, but we're not yet satisfied with the results by far. As I say every year, we think we deserve a better score, and we're going to work hard to try to provide you better service, better satisfaction with the channel program in FY14. So I hope you see that in FY14, and we're going to continue to do our best to really provide you the best channel program in the industry by far. Now let me switch gears again and tell you about the channel program going forward into FY14. So this is the start of some of our enhancements that we're making to the financial programs. And what I want to share with you is this slide, which is an overall view of our channel programs and our investment. Now, you may have heard that Avaya is investing in our channel. That's something that our competitors like to say when they're trying to recruit all of you because you are so valuable. The data does not show that. That's clearly not the case. This slide you see here is basically showing year-over-year increases in every category that we bucket our channel programs into, and then also overall. And it doesn't even include all of our programs. It doesn't include MDF and the new iConnect program, which you heard about from Richard as well. Now, we bucket these programs into something called the GASH model: grow, shift, attach, and hunt. All of our programs fall into those 4 categories because that's really what we're asking you to do. Grow through Grow Right, hunt with field registration, shift through things like the stretch rebate, and then attach with things like our mid-market attach incentive. And a lot of the growth this year comes from additional programs, which I'll talk about in a couple slides, or investments to expand programs like Grow Right, or launches of new programs like the SME Solution Sale Incentive or SPI. And we continue to work to have all of our programs be simple, predictable, enhanced, and consistent. We're trying to make them special, which is something I shared with you guys last year. So we're very pleased today to announce some of the exciting changes that we're making to the programs. And the first is something we're calling Grow Right 2.0. So all of you hopefully are familiar with Grow Right. We've been running it in the U.S. for a couple of years and in Latin America for probably 2 quarters. And what we've done here is we've started a financial program simplification. You heard Richard talk about this, and this is the first step towards that end. So I'm going to provide you a little bit more detail of what's involved in that financial program simplification. For Grow Right 2.0, we are consolidating all of our growth programs around the world into Grow Right. This is a pretty massive simplification. We're taking our DMR incentive, our partner incentive, our video rebate, our network stretch rebate, and Grow Right 1.0, and putting them all into Grow Right 2.0, while retaining all the things that you liked about Grow Right. We don't do these type of simplifications at this level as much as we should, and this is a pretty big step for us. But what we also did is during the year, during the past couple of years, you all have given us a lot of feedback on Grow Right. So we've taken that feedback and we tried to take virtually every piece of feedback that you've given us and address it with Grow Right 2.0. So let me share with you quickly what the changes are. The first is that in some theaters, Grow Right only runs for 3 quarters. That's been a little bit of a challenge for some of you to not get that Grow Right opportunity in 4 quarters. So starting with Q2, we're going to run Grow Right every quarter in every theater worldwide. The second thing is that we've had challenges with seasonality. So Grow Right 1.0 is based on quarter-over-quarter growth. And some of you, your businesses don't necessarily grow every single quarter. So we're going to change that. We're going to start looking at year-over-year growth. So we'll start looking back to the year-ago quarter, and we'll be looking for growth year-over-year. That will take out the seasonality challenge that we've had in some of the quarter-over-quarter measurements. Thirdly, we've had some feedback that we treated all the products in Grow Right in one way. There was no customization, no segmentation of the product sets. So going forward, you will be able to earn a rebate in Grow Right in each solution area. Networking, video, UCCC, IP Office, and we'll also have a cloud category as well. So each of those areas will be able to set their own rates within the program. I'm going to be working with the business units inside of Avaya to set their rates, so they will set their minimum growth rates and also the payout rates. So this is great because we're going to enable those of you who do may focus on a single area to earn a rebate when you grow, say, networking really well, even if you may not have done so in one of the other categories. And it also gives us flexibility to change those rates by theater. And then lastly, the piece of feedback that we've gotten as well is that perhaps the partner eligibility list for Grow Right was too restrictive. If you recall, we had launched Grow Right to our platinum partners, then 2 years ago we extended it to the silver partners. And others have said, we want in. So we're going to extend it to virtually every partner set that could be eligible. We're going to include all metal partners worldwide, all of our DMR partners, all of our expert or specialized badge partners, and all of our new partners as well. So a whole number of changes related to Grow Right that are really meant to address all of the feedback and also lead for substantial simplification. I hope you're excited about that for FY14. The next set of changes is U.S. related. So lastly, folks outside the U.S., bear with us just for a minute as I talk about some changes to our retail maintenance commission program. There's really 2 sets of changes. There's things that are going to go into place in January, and then another set going into play in July. So the first thing is that in January, I'm very pleased to announce that the promotion that we've been running on SA preferred commission rates, which was set to expire in December, will continue through June of 2014. This allows you all to earn a 5 extra point commission for selling SA preferred retail contracts going forward. We're also revising the discount bands for commission rates. We're doing this to try to incent you all to discount as little as possible in selling retail maintenance. This won't be addressed and changed, and most of you are already in the top discount band already. And lastly, we're going to maximize the payout at 3 years. So you still will pay for the full total contract value upfront, all in cash. But we're going to max that duration payout at 3 years. And those changes are going to occur in January. What will happen next year is that we're going to shift in the medium term to a performance-based model. So the commission rates so far have been based on your MEL status, the type of contract that you sold. We're going to add a new dimension, which is performance. And the way this is going to happen is that we will start to measure all of you in the U.S. who sell retail contracts in January based on 2 metrics, and you can see them listed on your right, the last bullet. It's retail renewal rate and percent of retail sold at point of sale. With those metrics, we will be tracking you each month, and you'll be able to see how you're doing each month. And at the end of 6 months, where you end up on those metrics will dictate your commission rate during the latter half of the year. And then we'll measure you again during the latter half of the year, and you'll be able to continue to improve your commission rate over time. But here's the best news about this. When the promotional rate goes away in June, the top rate that any partner can earn under this program would be 17%. With this new program, the top rate that a partner can earn when they hit all the top performance metrics will be 27%, which will be even 5 points higher than the top rate you can earn now with the 5-point promotional bonus. So we're pretty excited to bring this to you. We think it's going to really help to drive some of these metrics that we're going to be tracking, and we think it affords you the opportunity for greater retail maintenance commissions going through FY14 and beyond. Now we have some minor updates to some programs. I'm just going to go through these quickly with you. If the program is not listed on the slides, by the way, there's no change. It will run exactly the same way in FY14 as it did in 2013. And by the way, what I'm discussing is actually calendar year programs, so 2014 versus 2013. So on deal registry, two minor changes that I think you're going to like. The first is that we put in place a maximum deal limit on deal registration, so that deals over 2 million lists were no longer eligible for deal registration. Your feedback was you didn't like that. So we're changing that. We're going to make every deal eligible for deal registration going forward. We are going to have a cap of $250,000 per deal in terms of your deal registration discount, but every deal going forward, regardless of size, will be eligible. And then, secondly, we have had feedback that the networking minimum deal size is too high. So we're going to lower that minimum from 50K WPP to 50K list. So basically, any deal over 25K net will now be eligible for deal registration. So more of your networking deals at the lower end will be eligible for deal registration going forward. This is US only, but we hope to launch deal registration throughout the year coming up in all of our theaters worldwide. The next set of changes is around the customer incentive, which has been running in the US for a year, launched in Canada and Latin America 2 quarters ago. Today, when we launched it only to our platinum partners, and we're going to extend that today, or in January, to our gold and silver partners as well. So we're pleased to have all metal partners eligible for the new customer incentive. Now, we do know, Richard and I are very aware of a reporting cycle issue with this program, and we're going to fix that for you. And if we can't fix it, we'll reroute these funds to another program. But we want to make sure you have timely information so you can maximize your rebate under the new customer incentive and really go after those net new logos for Avaya. Thirdly, we were really excited to announce the SME Solution Sale Incentive in Q4 in the US, and it will be launching now or in the next month or so in Latin America. This is a new program for our SME expert partners, you heard Richard talk about it, that pays you back for attachment when you sell IP Office in the market. And Richard mentioned the attached categories: video security, services, networking, and UCMs. We're going to look to add additional attached categories: mid-market contact center, mobility, and wireless during the year. So you'll have additional opportunity for rebate throughout the year with the SME Solution Sale Incentive. A brand new incentive that is very much targeted at exactly what you've heard from Avaya in terms of what we're asking you to do in terms of selling full stack. On our cloud incentive programs, we will continue to run Avaya Connect throughout, the affiliate referral program, which is based on Avaya Connect throughout FY14. And we're also going to be doing 2 other things. We're going to look to launch some additional incentives related specifically to our cloud business. So be on the lookout for that during FY14. And then, importantly, we'll be incorporating all of your cloud revenue into all of the standard programs for Avaya Connect. So deal registration and pro-writing. We're going to incorporate all that and your metal status, by the way, so that you get credit for any type of AOS deal you sell or any public or private cloud deal that you sell from Avaya. And then lastly, for our very valuable distributor partners, we have a new incentive for all of you that's going to be launched in the coming weeks. This is called the Distributor Dormant Partner Incentive, and it basically will pay you for activating partners that are dormant within Avaya Connect. We're excited to bring this as a new investment for Avaya. And over the course of the year, as a further simplification, you'll see the Distributor Dormant Partner Program brought into the general distributor compensation program throughout the year. So some of the more minor updates, but things that are important to your businesses, and we're excited to share these with you and make you aware of them. So let me switch to the final topic, which is really around the volume to value switch. And you've heard us talk about this before. It falls under the banner called rewarding partner value. And this is really the moving forward aspect of Avaya Connect. It is where we're going strategically. And we have volume value, and I'll talk a little bit about our cloud designations as well. So we started this over 2 years ago, and we've made some tremendous progress. Things that we've done under this initiative include the launch of ProWrite, the launch of Enhanced Deal Reg, the launch of the new customer incentive. We incorporated customer satisfaction in the channel program, and we shifted to an all-MDF model. Our intentions really have not changed as it relates to this. The program continues to drive towards rewarding the most valuable partners and is consistent. And to reiterate the strategy, we believe that highly skilled, highly confident partners are those that deliver the most complete customer solutions. And those are also the partners that are best able to capture new customers, sell through our new technology, So what's left to do on this is really the last part, and it's the main item. It is the switch of our metal status requirements model to be based on skills and value primarily, and not just value primarily. So we have our plans to share with you today, and I'm going to take you through it over the next couple of slides. So going forward, when we make this transition, and I'll talk about timing in a second, your metal status will become a function of master specializations and your CSAT score. Let me orient you to what you see on the slide here. The number of master specializations you earn, plus your CSAT score, will dictate your metal status. Platinum will require 3, gold will require 2, and silver will require 1. This will be a globally consistent model. And a master specialization, which I'll talk about in more detail on the next slide, can be an area of expertise in a number of different domains. It does not necessarily mean a technology domain. You can see here it could be a technology area, it could be a vertical, it could be a market segment like mid-market, or it could be a business model like cloud. And we have our first 4 master specializations that we intend to launch. I'll show you that on the next slide. But the key message I'd like you to hear is, as we share these plans with you, is this is not going to happen tomorrow. We're not going to jolt you with this change. You have Richard's firm commitment on that and certainly mine as well. This is something that's going to be a gradual transition. We don't even have a timeline yet, but we will give you ample lead time to complete earning the master specializations once they're out and live, prior to switching to a new requirements model. And we may, in fact, run 2 requirements model in parallel with DD. So do not worry, there will be plenty of lead time for you to earn the master specializations before we do any sort of hard cut to this new model. So let me tell you what a master specialization actually is. So you see on the left side, the example of the first 4 master specializations we're contemplating. 3 are based on technology, there's networking, unified communications, and contact center. And then we'll have 1 based on the market segment, that's mid-market. Now we will likely add others quickly after these initial 4 get launched, including some cloud applications, which I'll talk about on the next slide. You see here the requirements for this are credentials, services performance criteria, sales experience, and capabilities around marketing and demonstration. Now sales experience will still be a revenue number, but it won't be a number that is a high volume number. It's really there to tell us that you have experience selling these solutions that are covered by the master specializations. It's there to say that you're not just book smart, but you actually have customer transactions that you've conducted with these technologies. Now, probably the best news for you, though, as we look at these master specializations is what's on the far left side of the slide, is that within each of the master specializations, we intend to include an incremental product discount for the products that are covered under that master specialization. And this would be in addition to your status discount. And this may not be available at the launch of the master specializations. In fact, it probably won't be. But this is part of our plan. We do intend to put this out there as soon as we can. So you can think of a partner who has earned a master specialization, say, in contact center, and that is their area of expertise. They will be able to earn an additional discount on the contact center, regardless of whatever their mental status may be. So there's more to come on this. And we're going to release the requirements, the detailed requirements, as soon as we have them, so you can start working on earning these master specializations. But again, please hear me, this is not an overnight shift, this is a strategic transition that we're going to be making. So let me talk about cloud for a minute before I wrap up. I want to share with you a little bit about how we will be badging and designating our partners in the cloud. Richard introduced this, and I just want to share a little bit more detail. These designations that you see listed here, the 3 listed, will likely become, by the way, additional master specializations under the Board of Partner Value Initiative. So we intend to have 3 designations at the outset, each with their own set of requirements and ultimate benefits. Those benefits will be financial and also access to certain offers or support. The 3 designations that we're going out with originally or initially are cloud provider. This is a partner that is basically selling public cloud services. They have access to a carrier network and SIM trunking, and they will be selling public cloud offerings to customers. We'll then have a cloud builder badge, and this will be partners who are selling private cloud offerings. Those private offerings could be based in a data center at the partner site, at an outsourced data center, or perhaps even at an on-customer credit. This could also be based on the buyer's offerings. And then thirdly, we'll have our cloud resellers. And these will be partners that are reselling services either from a cloud provider or a cloud builder, or even Avaya. This could be the partner that's selling Avaya messaging service, which is one of the cloud offerings from Avaya, or AOS, or reselling a private offer from another partner who's doing private cloud, or one of our public cloud providers that has a cloud provider badge. So this is the first badging that we'll be doing, and we'll release the requirements and also the benefits that come with each of these badges during probably the first half of 2014. There's a lot more to come on this as we move through 2014. As you heard from Richard here, Paul, this is a key area of focus for us. So I'll have a lot more details for you as we go through the year. So let me wrap up by just saying that everything we're doing in the channel program, everything that we are building into the program is meant to help you succeed and grow, to be recognized for your value, and afford you the opportunity to experience greater benefits than you have in the past being in a lab. You do this by doing these four things, and I think you've heard these before. We continue to beat the same drum. Coverage. Get into every deal in your market. Every deal where there's a product being bought that is in a category of products that Avaya sells, get into that deal. You have a great portfolio. When you're in the deal, sell the whole stack. Make sure every customer is aware of the transformation that Avaya is going through and this fantastic product portfolio, the full stack we have to sell. Then when you sell it, compete on value. We have the best portfolio in the industry. We do things that other competitors cannot. So sell the value of the portfolio that we have. And then lastly, play offense. You saw this from here, Paul. Go out there and hunt. Be confident. Our solutions are great. Some of the structural problems we have are behind us, as you heard. Go out there and win new business. And I can tell you, I can assure you, that if you do the things on this page, then you will earn greater margins through the rebates and incentives we're running through Avaya Connect. And together, collectively, in partnership, we can dominate this market and move mountains. Thanks, and have a great sale year. Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vice President of Global Service Providers, Systems Integrators, and Cloud Sales, Dino Moresco.